Hi, Alicia. Welcome back to my office. How's it going?
Good, I guess.
Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of a mood check today. How are you feeling today? How's it going?
Well, I've been feeling, what is it called? Like that feeling where you feel like you can't do something and you feel really nervous.
Do you mean anxious?
Yeah,
We talked about
anxious.
your anxious feelings. Okay. So you've been feeling a little bit anxious. What problems do you want my help with today when we meet?
Well, I guess it's kind of continuing on negative thoughts.
Okay, so you still been having some negative thoughts.
Yes.
Last time we met, you said they were not bad, but they were not all the way better.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you tell me some areas that you've been having some negative thoughts? What's been going on?
Maybe like at a test or in math, fractions, sometimes dance too.
Okay, so I'm gonna write that down. So,
Tests,
you've been taking tests,
math.
math class, the subject math, and you mentioned fractions. So, do you mean you've been having a hard time with fractions?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna write fractions. And what else did you mention?
Dance.
So you've still been feeling some anxiety with dance class?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I have those written down on our agenda. Um, did anything important happen this week that you want me to know? Anything else?
Um,
You've told me you've been feeling a little bit anxious, and you told me some areas that you want to work on today. Is there anything else that happened over the weekend or this week?
well, I've kind of, at school, I had a private spot with my teacher, so that worked out pretty well.
Cool.
And, I still had a bit of, I've had a problem with focusing and not talking to my friends.
Okay, so we're still working on that. I'll say focus in class. Is that all? If you have anything else, you can let me know as you think of it. Is that all for right now?
I guess so, yes.
Okay. Before we get to our agenda, we're gonna talk briefly about our homework from last week. So last week, we mainly spoke about you having a hard time focusing in class
Mm-hmm.
with your friends are in class talking to you, and also the class pet was a little bit distracting for you. And our homework was for you during independent work or during tests to find somewhere to sit that was that would help you focus. So, were you able to use that strategy in school since the last time we met? Did y'all have a test or anything?
Well, we did have a test for math, and it worked out pretty well. And yeah, that was pretty much it.
So, did you ask for a spot next to your teacher's desk?
Yes, I did.
And did that help you focus?
Hmm.
Okay, that's good. So, awesome job on completing your homework. That's perfect. Okay, so on our agenda, you have taking tests. So we have a goal that we worked on since the first time we met was to finish your math test on time in 30 minutes. Um, I spoke to your teacher and she said that you're getting really, really close to your goal. You've been able to finish it in 35 minutes. So that's awesome. Just 5 minutes off. That's really close to your goal. The other things you have are the fractions. You've been having some anxiety around fractions in math class, dance, anxiety in dance, and focusing in your class. If we can only talk about one thing today on our agenda, which one would you want to talk about? If there was only one thing you wanted to talk about.
Well, I actually would like to talk about the fractions or the test because those kind of help me focus more or like not really talk to my friends or not get distracted.
Okay. So how about we start with fractions and then speak about taking your test and your feelings about that. And then we'll go on to dance class and focusing in class. How's that?
Yes.
Okay. Is that a good agenda?
Mhm.
All right. So fractions. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts or your nervousness when learning fractions in class.
Well, sometimes I will get distracted, like earlier we talked about. I'll get distracted and I will talk to my friends and I won't exactly know what she said or what anything means because I wasn't paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Or I would really not understand something and get a little nervous and not feel so well about it and be scared to raise my hand and get the teacher's attention.
Okay. So fractions, I think what I'm understanding is it's not necessarily hard, like it's not like you can't understand the information, but you're getting easily distracted and you're missing the information and it's making you feel a little bit anxious because you don't know the information. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Anything else with the fractions? Are you having when we talked about those automatic thoughts to tell you you can't do something? Are you having any thoughts like that about the fractions, or is it just about your taking tests?
I'm having a little bit of the automatic thoughts.
Okay. Are you able to recognize those thoughts? What is your brain telling you about those fractions?
Kind of like, why was I talking? I should have paid attention. I should sit somewhere else. I'm not good at this fraction thing.
And how does that make you feel when you have those thoughts?
Pretty much anxious, saddish.
It makes you feel a bit sad and nervous because you don't have the information.
And kind of embarrassed too.
Okay. So we have to remember that those thoughts, they're telling you something and it's causing you to feel a certain way. It's causing you to feel sad and anxious. However, we know that in reality that you can actually do the work. We just need to work on practicing strategies where you can focus. Okay. So, especially in math class, and we can work on this with Miss Mac. We're gonna go ahead and continue with your homework of finding a quiet spot to sit in class. And when I mean quiet, I mean away from people that you would like to talk to. Away, like to minimize your distractions, okay? So it seems like you have the most trouble. And when I say trouble, I'm talking about your distractions and your thoughts during math. I think we talked about that before. So you have math at 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay. So at 10 o'clock, I'm going to have you for your homework is to find a quiet spot. Okay. Find a quiet spot. Now, we can set this up in Miss Matt's class. So we're going to put maybe an empty desk in her room, and that is the desk that you're going to sit at during math because that's where you have the most time, most of your struggle is focusing. So, there's going to be a desk, and that's going to be Alicia's quiet spot. And every day at 10 o'clock when y'all have math class, I want you to go and sit at that spot. We're going to go ahead and put your positive sticky notes that we made at that spot. And so when Miss Mack is discussing the material, you won't have any friends to talk to you or for you to talk back to. Because it's not all your friends talking, sometimes it's you too, which is fine. It's understandable. It's hard. So you're going to find your spot every math class. and you're gonna sit there while she's teaching math. Okay? Does that sound like a deal? All right. Um, let's see. The next thing on our agenda was taking tests, and you're still feeling like your brain is telling you that you're not going to finish your test in time. But your teacher is telling me that you're doing really, really good. And so you got it down from taking an hour to take your test to 35 minutes. And our goal is 30 minutes. So that's something to celebrate. You are doing a really good job. So when your brain is telling you, oh my gosh, you're not going to finish, you're not going to get a good grade, you can sit there and realize I'm doing a really good job. I have my timer. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm focused at my quiet spot. Okay. And we can add that to your homework is to have a timer, a visual timer. And with this timer that we use in the classroom, it turns different colors. So green means you have plenty of time to go. Then yellow, and then when you see red, it means that you need to really focus because the timer's about to go out. Okay, so I'm gonna put that as your homework is to make sure that you request a visual timer or take it to your quiet spot with you. Okay. You have anything to say? Does it sound good to you?
Yes, I was also thinking about like other subjects or something. I
Mm-hmm.
could sit there just
Okay.
in case I'll talk a little bit.
So, anytime that you're feeling distracted with your friends, I would use your card that you use to get your teacher's attention. Or if you want to raise your hand or, call her over and just tell her I need to go sit in my quiet spot because I'm getting distracted. Okay? So, any subject that you feel like you need to do that, or you need to have your sticky notes out for positive affirmation, and you need to sit to yourself, we'll work with Miss Mac. So you can sit at your quiet spot, okay? Awesome. Next on our agenda is dance class. So tell me what's going on. We talked a little bit about your audition the last time. What's happened since last week? All right, Alicia. Sorry I had a knock on my door. So continue to tell me about what's going on with dance class.
So I was kind of like getting anxious and getting nervous, and like at school I'm talking to my friends and not paying attention, and when I do that I'm doing the wrong move and I get embarrassed and I kind of get in trouble a little bit.
So you having a hard time focusing in dance class, just like at school?
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else going on? Yeah, how are you feeling about making the dance company again? Are you still excited about the coming season? Any other feelings about that?
I'm kind of nervous and kind of excited.
Kind of nervous and kind of excited. Alrighty, so focusing in dance class. You can't really have a quiet spot in dance class because you have to be up and moving and dancing, right?
But sometimes I will be smart enough to just like go back up from my friends or get in like a little corner where I can dance, kind of.
That's a great idea. So you can't sit in a quiet spot, but you can maybe be in a room where there's not a lot of distractions, right?
Mhm.
I think that's a good idea. Should I write that down as homework for you to work on so you can remember it? Okay. So we're going to say remove distractions during dance class. And just what that means is if there's someone you particularly like to talk to during class, maybe you're closer to one member of your team than another one, kind of separate yourself from them so you can focus on the teacher. And even something else we could do is I see that you have some bracelets on your arm. Maybe we could get a rubber band like this one that says focus. And so when you're dancing, you can see that when you're twirling, or what do you call your turns? I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter. It just It matters what kind of turn.
Okay.
Sometimes they're called like turns or something. They could be
Okay.
called turns.
Okay, awesome. All right, so when you're dancing and doing whatever turns that you're doing, you can see your rubber band that says focus, and that can remind you to focus on your teacher and not talk to your friends.
I could actually use this one because it's blank. The name rubbed off.
Oh, awesome. So you can get like a permanent marker and write it on there? Okay, so we'll put that as number 4 as your homework. That'll be a quick one. Write focus on rubber bracelet. Do you feel like that'll help you? You can try it this week, and if it doesn't help, we'll think of something else together. Okay? All right. We have went over your anxiety and negative thoughts and fractions. We've talked a little bit about your test taking goal and how you're coming really close to getting it down. Your focus in dance class and your focus in class. I think you're doing really, really good. We went over your homework. So you have 4 items this week. You had an easy week last week. Find a quiet spot in every math class. And we're gonna set that up with Miss Mac. And make sure you have your visual timer. We'll work on that too with your teacher. Remove distractions during dance class. And that's either by going to a quiet part, well, not a quiet part, like a part of the room where you can just listen to the teacher and not your friends. And also, you're going to use your rubber bracelet to write the words focus on, and that'll help you too. And just also this week, I want to have you, anytime you have those negative thoughts, I know it'll be really hard for you to write it down, but I want you to think about why am I thinking this, and is this really true? Okay, so when you're in class and you're saying, I'm never going to get finished with this math test, I want you to slow down and think about what's really true. Is it true that you're never going to get finished with the test? No, that's not true. And you can talk to yourself in your head and kind of practice kicking those negative thoughts out of your head, okay? So I'm going to add that as number 5. And I'm going to say kick out negative thoughts. So every time that you have one, think of a way to kick it out. And by thinking of what's positive or what's really going on in the situation. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Awesome. I've enjoyed our time here today. And I will see you next week. And I think you're doing an awesome job. High five. Thank you, Alicia.
Thank you.